Morning. Hi everyone, I am going to react to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 Episode 1 Hidden Inventory. I am so excited about this season because I was told I was going to be focused on Gojo's backstory and the Shibuya arc, which is supposed to be amazing. So I am super excited to get into this season. Normally I will be reacting to episode 3 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. But with Jujutsu Kaisen being back, I'm like, nah, I'm putting that show on pause for now, and I'm gonna be reacting to Jujutsu Kaisen. And I feel like I'm gonna be finishing Dr. Stone before I finish Jujutsu. So when I finish Dr. Stone, I can go back to That Time I Got Reincarnated. So yeah, I'm super excited about this season. And before we get into this episode, if you guys have a reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and with this being the first episode of this new season, you can check out the full length for free. The link is gonna be in the comment section and in the description box. So check it out, and if you like it, consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/filmini. And now let's start this episode. Hey, here we go. I was sitting here basically just replaying the episode, and then I'm like, you know what? If I want to do that and then talk about this episode, it's gonna take me forever. So let me just get along with it, and then I'll just see the episode again and focus more on the episode and understand better, because I feel like there was a whole lot of information that was coming at me in this thing. Because you have the episode started with Geto basically talking about, I guess, what pushed him to become the person that he is now. And that scene right there was a scene as he was talking, it came out of, I believe, of the movie that we saw. So it's like I really want to know what pushed him to become this evil person, because he was a jujutsu sorcerer. Even in this episode, he mentioned the fact that their job is to protect the weak and whatnot. And then Gojo was like, those are the things that people say about strong people, or trying to put rules or restrictions or whatever on the people that are super strong and whatnot. He wasn't okay with what Geto was saying and all of that. So their conflict is something that I'm really interested in. I know that this season, I guess, is gonna be about Gojo's past, but it's gonna be about both of their past, and so I'm really looking forward to that. So there was that going on, and then you have the cursed spirit that Mei and what's her name, Utahime, went to take care of, and then they were talking about Tengen-sama, which, if I remember correctly, Tengen-sama is the person that hides those special curses. There's like a special place where they put these upper level curses or something or other like that, and Tengen-sama is the one that sort of like hides that, if I remember correctly. And during the previous season, Mahito, right? They let go of Sukuna finger or something, so that they can put it into that special place and then use that to find out where it is or something like that, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong, but I think that's who they're talking about. So there's that thing, is something where they're talking about his abilities, and he needs a vessel to sort of like renew himself a little bit. And maybe I'm not fully understanding. I know Gojo made this comparison with what Geto was saying to the Pokemon and stuff, Garurumon and whatnot. I didn't see the original Digimon. I didn't see the original Digimon I think I saw bits of pieces. So when he was talking about Skull Greymon or something, this is Skull Greymon, I don't know, all those Pokemons. Why am I keep saying Pokemon? Digimon. All those Digimon, I'm like, eh? And it probably made more sense to people that are like diehard fans of the original Digimon show and all of that. But even though I understood sort of like the reference or where it was coming from, I didn't particularly know it, if that makes any sense. So they were talking about him as well, like thanking someone in his abilities and all of that. And then there were these two groups that are trying to prevent that from happening, that they need to stop. It's like there was a whole lot of information coming at me. And right now, it's like my mind is like overloaded because I have a headache, and then I'm trying to read all of that and trying to process it at the same time, and it's really hard on me. So I'm just excited to see the backstory between Geto and Gojo. And they brought in Fushiguro's father also at the end there. As they mentioned Zenin, and then he mentioned the fact that he does not go by that name anymore, that he took his wife's name, which is like Fushiguro, I believe. And Fushiguro is Fushiguro. Like when you hear Fushiguro, you know who they're talking about. So it's like I've been told that he's also like super super strong. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in action as well. And then when May and Utahime, wait, Utahime. Wait a second. Is it the same Utahime that's like the are they in the same school, or is she in the Kyoto school? Like the same. It must be the same person. I'm trying to remember. Like I can see the person that I'm thinking about in my mind. I'm just trying to remember if she was from the same school as Gojo or the other people. Mai and the others. I don't know. So it's the same Utahime. Huh. When I saw May in the car and they were talking about the dimension or wherever they were going, and then I saw her on her phone, I'm like, I was thinking about her, like how we know her. I'm like, she looks familiar, but she also looks different, and I didn't quite put it together until I was seeing the intro or when Gojo showed up, and I was so excited. I didn't quite put it together until I was seeing the intro, and I'm like, I'm not seeing our regular people in here. Like I was seeing Ghetto and Gojo, and this showed May and all of that. They kept showing this woman, this girl that looks like Nobara to me. But then I'm not seeing Yuji and Fushiguro at all in the intro. So that's why I'm like, wait, is this all gonna be in the past? And then when they came back, they were like, okay, they started, writing down their names and their grades as a sorcerer and all of that. So I'm like, oh, okay, so this is all gonna be in the past, which it makes sense if this is gonna be about Gojo's past story and whatnot, that they will be doing all of this in the past so that we get a better understanding of who he was and what made him how he is now, and all of that, especially with Geto. I feel like I keep saying that, but I'm really, that's what I really want to see about this backstory. It's his relationship with Geto, because in the movie they mentioned that they were best friends, and I'm like, huh? And then they sort of like went their separate ways. Like a bit Geto turned evil, basically, and then at the end there it looked like Gojo, like they was trying to make it seem, I don't know if they were trying to make it seemed like Gojo killed him or if he died. I don't know, but clearly he did not die. So it's like, what's going on between those two? So I mean, really interested in that, and that's what I'm gonna be taking out of this season. Even though I love me some Gojo. Every time I see Gojo, I'm like, I'm so happy. But it's their story, those two stories, that I'm really looking forward to during this season. So yeah, the Mei and Utahima, they went into the mansion, and then they were just sort of like running around in circles, walking around in circles, basically. And then they were okay. Now we know how to get out of it. And Utahime is the one that was sort of like, May gave her the opportunity to figure out how to get out of it. And then she's like, "Yo, you're like 90% correct." And then they said they had to run in the opposite direction. I wish I could have seen May run, but it's like that didn't happen. I don't know that she did. Because clearly Gojo came in and just basically like stop everything. It wasn't their running that changed stuff. It was Gojo that came in. Gojo and Geto. So the last thing that I saw her was just her taking this pose, where Utahime was counting down so that they can start running. So I'm like, did she actually run? I don't know why I'm making such a big deal about it. Like, I really want to see her run for some reason. But that didn't happen. So Gojo and Geto came and got them out. And then they defeated the monster. Geto swallowed the monster, basically. The way he described how swallowing the curses and stuff tasted like, I'm like, ugh. I feel sorry for you, man. It's trying to swallow a rag that's cleaned up vomit. So yeah, they got them out, and then the principal knocked Gojo over the head for not pulling up a veil, and scaring people. And then they were at the gym, and that's why they were having this discussion, this moral discussion that Gojo was not, okay with. And then they got called by the principal. Well, he's not principal yet, I believe. And they give them this mission about protecting this girl so that she can be absorbed. That's why I'm like, huh? I need to read more about that, to go back and read that more, because I feel like even though I need more explanation, it just seems weird to me that you will have him, whoever this Tengen-sama is, absorb a person. Is the person? Aren't you like basically killing the person? How does that make it right? That it's like it's like Orochimaru, Orochimaru would be like killing people, taking over their bodies and skin and whatnot, so that he can live longer and stuff. So is that how Tengen is? And if that's how he is, then that's not right. Yeah, I know if whatever has been completely written over and he becomes this thing with no will or whatnot, that is not gonna be good, I guess, for the sorcerers and for the world or whatever. But still, that doesn't give you the right to like kill somebody for him to be absorbed. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm like, maybe I didn't quite understand what I was reading, and then I need to go back and do that again, because that just sounds, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to episode 2, you can just over checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/FeelMe, and you can also see the full life for this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. You make me so crazy, you do. So I'm untouchable, man.